Hi, this is a tip for sellers on how to have a stress-free transaction when you're selling your property. We've all heard the saying that selling your property can be one of the most stressful times of your life, and that often isn't to do with finding a buyer. It's often what happens after finding a buyer that causes the stress, and that's down to things dragging on, problems coming up. A lot of it is the conveyancing side, where the buyer solicitor may come up with a question or highlight a problem with the title deeds or the boundaries or the lease. So lots of these issues come up in the conveyancing part of the transaction. So how can you make the transaction stress-free? So my advice is, when you put a house on the market, the time you instruct your estate agent, also instruct a solicitor. And in the same way that you shop around for your estate agent, do shop around for a solicitor. Don't just use the one that you used last time. It's important to use a good solicitor and someone who's proactive and who's going to start getting all the legal work done now while the property's on the market, before you find a buyer. They can prepare a draft contract and get everything ready, and so you're legally prepared, with the idea that when you find a buyer, the solicitor should be able to issue a contract within 24 hours to the buyer's solicitors. Now, the buyer's solicitors will ask some questions. They'll what they call raise some inquiries. So your solicitor should know what those questions are going to be, or those inquiries are going to be, and be able to answer those inquiries, those questions, and anticipate them and answer them in advance. So the idea is that once you've got your property going on the market, get your solicitor instructed. We don't want a solicitor that's just going to wait until you find a buyer and then get the legal work done. They need to be doing all the legal work while the property is for sale, so they can issue a contract straight away as soon as a buyer is found. And that will literally save you 3 or 4 weeks and speed up the transaction, because if the transaction drags on, the longer it drags on, the more chance there is of it falling through. And also some surprises coming up, where some of the land hasn't been registered with Land Registry, or there's a dispute over the boundary, or some problem with the lease. All these, I would say 50% of sales have something comes up that wasn't expected, but all those can be sorted out before you find a buyer if you get your solicitor doing all the legal work in advance. So that will save you lots of time, lots of stress. I recommend that as soon as you put the house on the market, instruct the solicitor, get the legal work done, and you will be moving house a lot quicker with a lot less stress. I hope you found that useful, and if you need any more advice or help with buying or selling, please do get in touch. We look forward to helping you. Thank you.